Then we're going to continue on to page 374, where I want you to look at problems 9, 10, 12, and 13. Our question is, what are all the possible ways the panels could be installed? Solar panels use the sun's energy to generate power. That's just background information. A town wants to install 28 solar panels in an array. That's important information. What are all the possible ways the panels could be installed? And that's our actual question. I don't need this sentence at all to answer this question. A town wants to install 28 solar panels. And I'm asked what are all the possible ways the panels could be installed. So I will need to factorize. I'm looking at all the possible ways. Those are arrangements. What are all the ways that we can arrange 28 items? And so I'll need to factor 28. Or rather, you will need to factor 28. And then it says use grids to draw all the possible arrays for 5, 7, and 11. We will not use grids. We will use factoring charts. Use factoring charts for 5, 7, and 11. What do you notice about the factoring charts for these numbers? So I want you to do a factoring chart for 5, a factoring chart for 7, and a factoring chart for 11. Number 12. I see my actual question mark here. And the question word do. Do they have any factors in common? That's my question. Do they have any factors in common? Find all the factors of 38, 39, and 40. So that means I'm going to need to do a factoring chart for 38, a factoring chart for 39, and a factoring chart for 40. And then I'll identify any factors that they have in common. So where do I start? 1 and 38. 38 is even, so it's 2 times 19. 3 is 3 on the list. 3 plus 8 is 11, so no. Is 4 on the list? No, because 19 is odd. 5, 6, I don't need to check any even numbers. So 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, let's see, no, 15, 17, 19. So I'm done. For 39, where do I start? 1 and 39. Is it even? No. There's 3 on the list. 3 plus 9 is 12, so yes. Be 3 times 13. I don't need to check any more even numbers, so I just need to look at 5, no. 7, no. 9, no. 11, no. 13, yes. And so I'm done. And now for 40. Where do I start? 1 times 40. Is it even? Yes. 2 times 20. Is 3 on the list? No. 4 is not a multiple of 3. Is 4 on the list? Yes. 4 times 10. Is 5 on the list? Yes, it ends in a 0. Is 7 on the list? No. 40, 35, 42. Is, what was I just checking? 7. Is 9 on the list? No. Because 3 is not even on the list. But 10 is on the list, and that will be 10 times 4, and so I'm done. So do they have any factors in common? So 1 is on each list. 2 is not on each list. 2 is only on 2 of the list. 2 is on the list for 38 and 2 is on the list for 40. But it is not on the list for 39. 3 is not on each list. 4 is not on each list. 5 is not on each list. So the only factors that they have in common, that all three numbers have in common, is 1. Every number is a factor of 1. 38 and 40 have 2 in common, as they have 2 as a common factor, but that's not all three numbers. And so the only common factor, or the only factor that is common to all three numbers is 1. Womp womp. And then it says use the grid to find arrays for 18. So I'm first going to factor 18. Where do I start? 1 times 18. Is it even? Yes. 2 times 9. Is 3 on the list? 1 plus 8. 9 is a multiple of 3, so yes. 3 is on the list. It's 3 times 6. Is 4 on the list? No. 2 is multiplied by an odd number. Is 5 on the list? No. It does not end in a 0 or 5. Is 6 on the list? Yes. It is 6 times 3. And so now I can simply select my multiples. I have 1 times 18. Yes. 2 times 9. Yes. 3 times 6. 6 times 4 is not a multiple of 18. 18 times what? This. And now I'm done with lesson 7-1.